Yes, Dana, we're live.
Woohoo! Well, you know what I have to do?
What do you have to do?
I just deleted the TikTok shives.
Wow. I beat the TikTok shives.
Well, it didn't
Yeah.
turn 6 o'clock before we started. Therefore, so
255 AD coming hot out right out of the gate. I hate this episode. Profit related stuff bores me. Ain't nobody keeping you here.
he's
I
he's just keeping you
I,
informed.
I got a gun to your head. Dana, do you have a gun to his head?
Guns are expensive. You can't
So
afford
that's a
that.
no. I gotta, yeah, you know, the,
Oh, Azalea, I'm sorry to hear that you're tired and depressed, but I'm glad that I saw actually on my one of my feeds today. I saw something that said some types of tired need rest, other types of tired need calm, or need excuse me need peace. I hope that we can bring some
yeah.
peace into your life.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly,
Mr. I
Mr.
love
I
the
love
ads. A
DS.
gun on a teacher's head? She lives in Georgia. They give those things away. I'm
No, they
surprised you don't.
don't.
I bet you were talking to me earlier. We were talking on the phone earlier today. You were talking about how like there's like a church near you that has a blessings box where people can leave stuff. I bet there's guns in that thing.
Really? How much do you bet?
I see. I knew.
If you knew it, you're just setting me up. That's how it
I
was.
I could bet the entire gross domestic product of the state of Georgia, and I'd probably only be out about $20 if I lost.
Nicely done.
Thank you very much. Melinda going to the exact opposite end of the spectrum from 255 AD. This is one of
Fight,
my
fight,
favorite
fight,
episodes.
fight, fight.
So take a gun, leave a gun. Exactly, Caitlin. So I'm more in the middle. I certainly wouldn't consider this to be
Oh,
a bad episode, but I wouldn't call it one of my favorites either. But I do, it's a Cisco episode, and I enjoy the Cisco episodes for the most part. And as I've mentioned a few times leading up to this, there's a completely irrelevant nerd reason that I like this episode, which is it marks the debut of my favorite uniforms. I love the gray
I thought it was your
shoulder
second favorite
uniforms.
uniforms.
Well, second favorite, yeah, because the movie, the monster maroons from the original Captain Kirk movies are my favorites. But
Why are they monster maroons?
they're nicknamed the Monster Maroons because they're just humongous maroon colored tunics. And they're quite emphatic. They're quite bodacious.
Well, I'm very glad you enjoy them. Yay.
Me too. David Kaufman Munisteri says, how do you two know each other? Steve listened to Ensign's log all day at work the last few days. Well, first of all, thank you very much for listening to the Ensign's log.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, we both hope you enjoy. And speaking of the Ensign's log, this weekend is our Ensign's log live stream.
That's right. Right here on this channel. Same time as usual, 6 p.m.
I will mention it again at the end of the show, and I'll mention it on Friday as well, because this week is also my Ask Away live stream, so I'll push it there too. But yeah, so if you like the Ensign's log, hopefully you can join us live, but if you can't, it'll be up to watch on demand when it's over, and it'll be me and Dana and also Jason hanging out, talking about the show, taking questions from the chat. It'll be tons of fun. And Dana and I go way back. Dana and I have known each other for
more than half our lives, Steve.
Close to 25 years now at this point. Can you believe that? Actually, more than 25 years, I think. Yeah.
Long time. Yep, we met on the internet.
That's right.
Yep.
In a Batman chat room.
Yep. Just before social media.
Yes.
Yeah, it was it a Flash run room?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Flash. So
Well,
yeah, it was just
it was at some point. I think at first it was HTML. It was like a web-based chat room, and then I think
mhm.
he upgraded to a Flash thing later on. But yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
255 AD has it right. Yes, we were born in the same hospital and raised in an underground bunker together. Yep, that yeah. I told you that in confidence. I was not intending for that to be shared publicly, but I guess it's out now.
You
So
have confidence about everything. It's not always warranted, Steve.
yeah, but it's just easier that way.
Yeah, IRC was that was the thing. That
Yeah.
was the thing.
Yes, it
So
was.
yeah. But like, I mean, with the gossip, it was, I mean, because it wasn't just like a chat thing. With IRC, it was like chats on different topics, but like
Yeah.
it was a whole thing, like whole things, like all the Batman stuff. It was the premier Batman website on the internet. Let's be honest. That was
It
Batman.
was. Yes, it was. Yes, it
It
was.
really was.
At the time,
Um,
it was without parallel and without peer.
yep. Fond memories, very
Yes,
fond
indeed.
memories. I thought you were 10 years older than you were. Somebody made some
Yeah.
random comment, and I don't know if you didn't notice or if you just didn't bother with it or what, but I was like, oh, wow, he's old.
Yeah.
And then you weren't. Uh,
I lost a few years all of a sudden.
yeah, where'd they go? That I have that feeling a lot, actually. Like, where'd they go? So I was doing the research interview today. I forget what. So she was asking me about um choosing books for curriculum and when I used this and when I used that, and I'm just like, okay, so my memory is okay, I know what it was. She was asking me when I went to college because I studied English education in college. Like I'm that was my major the whole way through. I did not change my major once.
Right.
So I'm to my understanding, I'm something of an outlier. Did you ever change your major though? I think you were probably
Not I technically I adjusted it a little bit. It was always English, but I changed my concentration when I first started at Shepherd, which is the college
mhm,
that I finished at because I did my first 2 years at
right.
community college and then transferred to Shepherd. Um, when I started at Shepherd, it was English with an education concentration, and I realized very soon that the education concentration
Not
was
so
not
much.
for me. Yeah, so I changed it to a creative writing concentration. So same
That
major, just
I'm
different
gonna take
concentration.
notes on that because that may end up being my ask. You know, those of you who are here, you get a preview. Um, I I would not have guessed. I don't say I would never have guessed because if it had been hinted to me, I might have figured it out. But I wouldn't have just come up with the idea that you had an education focus in college.
Well, for one term. I mean,
So yeah, I think there. There will be some questions about that in for Friday. So there you go. So yeah, she was asking about whether there were classes that discussed using diverse literature in the classroom. And I said, it's sort of kind of not quite the same as it is now. Um, but there was sort of the ethos that, you know, you meet students where they are. So it was more from the perspective
yeah,
of wanting to, you know, get students reading about things that were relevant to them. Relevant was part of it. Um, and then and wait how my ideas about using diverse literature in the classroom had, you know, changed over the years. I'm like, okay, so for the record, like I can sort of say I taught this and then this and then this and sort of here's how it changed. But in terms of how many years I taught each, I'm like, there's like during the pandemic, like when we were away, and then when we came back hybrid, and then since then, and then there's like before COVID, which is like a long time ago.
right.
That's it. And that's, I mean, let's be honest, that's like the first 14 years of my teaching. It's just like it's all a long time ago.
Yeah. Long, long ago. By the way, I noticed a couple people in the chat indicating that this was their first time with us. So first of all, welcome. And second of all, yeah, this is a watch along stream. So if you want to watch along with us, we are watching Deep Space Nine. Rapture is the episode, season 5, episode 10. So if you want to go ahead and cue that up on your end, if you haven't done so already, we're not going to start watching it quite yet. We'll do a little bit more chit chat here to give everybody a chance to get set up. But yeah, if we watch it on Paramount Plus, but if you have it streaming somewhere else or you have a DVD or something, just get it all set up and paused at 0 at the very beginning, and then we'll all watch together in about 5 or 10 minutes. And somebody mentioned, Philip mentioned, since your Star Trek Beyond video went up today, in the movie, Bones says, "Is that classical music?" when the Franklin starts broadcasting Sabotage. And I just want to say Futurama made that joke first. Yes, that's true, but it is a great joke. And it's one of my favorite moments in that movie. Because, and of course, that in itself is a callback to the first Star Trek reboot movie, because that movie establishes that young James T. Kirk, when he steals his brother's car, is a Beastie Boys fan because he is blasting Sabotage while he's driving the car away. And then when they have to pick a song in Star Trek Beyond to broadcast on the radio frequency to blow up the drone ships of the evil Crawl, Jayla picks that song and it starts playing, and Captain Kirk gets this incredible smile on his face and goes, "Excellent choice." And it's just,
I mean, it really is.
It's great.
Although, they could have gone with Brass Monkey.
But yeah, I love, and then yeah, Dr. McCoy hears it and goes, "Is that classical music?" It's such a great joke.
So, how have you been since like Friday?
I've been good. I've been very good. I've been productive. I wrote a script for a funny haha skit yesterday, and I wrote a script for another funny haha skit today.
Good for you.
And I just started a document for a script for a video that I'm not sure where it's going to slot into my schedule, but I had the idea for it and started it.
Get it down.
So I'd have it there. And then I also, and probably not next week, but I think week after next, I'm going to do my review video of the entire series of Star Trek Discovery, just kind of like, taking it in as a whole, and what is its overall contribution, and like how did it all turn out, now that it's over. And so I haven't started writing it yet, but I have some notes for it, and I was checking on those today. Oh, Kara says it's not one I've seen, but as I said earlier in the chat, they're re-showing DS9 in the UK from the start, and I'm still amazed by how good it is. It really does hold up. I think I've said before, the last time, before Dane and I started this show, the last time I had done a full start-to-finish rewatch of Deep Space Nine was several years ago, and it was after I had just finished a rewatch of Voyager. So I had just finished watching Voyager, and then I went back and watched Deep Space Nine, and man, is Deep Space Nine great after you've just finished watching Voyager. I mean, it's like, oh man, this is such a great show.
Well, I'm very glad that you're enjoying this. Okay.
Well, 255 AD, but apparently
that's part of the joke.
They do in the 23rd century. Well, because yeah, exactly. Like if Dr. McCoy had said something like, is that late 20th century hip hop? Like that's not a joke. That's just him saying what it is. It's not funny if he calls it by its accurate genre. The fact that it's not classical music, but he says, but from his perspective in the future, it's classical. That's the joke.
Stuff. It's very much like when talking to my students about old timey stuff, and they say, "Oh, that's from the 1900s. And they mean like the 20th century.
Yeah.
Azalea Jane, clearly Beastie Boys have been called classical. It has,
Yes,
it has happened, and it
has happened.
You know, it will happen in the future.
In a humorous context. And yeah, Liz and
Exactly.
Caitlin are both right as well. Like, yes, there is a more specific category of music called classical that just refers to music made by particular composers in a particular period of history.
Well, also
But,
in music, using that style and those genre conventions. You can have
most
currently
people
produced classical music.
But most people speaking, you know, informally, yes, Baroque music, classical music, romantic music, 20th century
That's
orchestral
another
music,
one. Romantic,
like it's all sort of called classical.
Romantic as a term. Now that has gone through a lot of different meanings.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Like,
romantic in like the relationship sense, the love sense. There's romantic in the literary sense, which is similar to romantic in the musical sense. Like, it's just yeah.
But also there's romantic in the genre sense, in that romantic not that long ago used to be used to mean exciting.
Sure, yeah.
So like in Anne of Green Gables, when there's the mouse that gets drowned in the sauce, the dessert sauce, Anne says, I suppose that would be a romantic way to die.
Yeah.
Like, she means exciting. You know, it'd be thrilling, exciting, scary, all that stuff. That's what she means. It would be romantic for the mouse. You know, it's not, she's not even talking about romantic in the period sense. You know, she means romantic in the sense that, like, Ivanhoe would have been, like, contemporarily was a romance because it's an adventure story. Like, literally, that's what it meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Words sure do change.
Some of them do. Some of them less so, let's say. But yeah, some do.
Yeah, Vilcata. Yeah, I encounter that sometimes in comments when people leave, mostly like, you know, good-natured comments on my Star Trek retro reviews. When I'll do like a review of like an episode of Star Trek Enterprise, people get really sensitive about that. Like, I refuse to think of Star Trek Enterprise as retro. I was like, well, okay. It did go off the air 20 years ago. Like, it's 20 years old, so.
Kara, I was not aware of that. And 25580, I suppose there might be some of those people somewhere, but I have never encountered them. Caitlin, that one, I am aware of. Yes, Azalea, I'm aware of silly meaning blessed, essentially touched by God. And I think it's also related to silly, like the fake word. It's connected, although it doesn't mean the same thing.
So I didn't know. So doom used to just mean destiny. So
yeah.
So once upon a time, if Mr. Freeze had said, it is the chilling sound of your doom, he would have just meant, it's the chilling sound of your destiny, good or bad.
Well, yes. However, given Greek stories, destiny
was usually bad. It was, yeah. Oh, you know what? I love that Greek play with the really happy ending. Where everything turns out okay and everybody's fine. Nobody has any regrets or meets with any sort of ironic fate. You know, that
where good things happen to good people. Yes. And everybody learns their lesson, and justice is served to the people who were mean and unkind. Nope. So, you know, Greek stories seem to go one of two ways. Either somebody does bad things and then ends up bad things happen to them, or it does good things and bad things happen to them anyway, because sometimes life isn't fair. So yeah, that seems to be.
Indeed.
Yeah, essentially that's your end is death. So your doom, your final destination is this is how you die. Yeah, and the idea of life after death, that and although I will say, the Greeks had that as well. There is, some sense that the existence. 255 AD, no, I probably won't. I don't have really any interest in that. If you want to,
just
you want to spend your time,
be right out in the open with it. I'm not googling that.
If you want to, go ahead and put some information in chat, I'll look at it as we're watching. But I've got plenty of other things. In fact, that I was actually doing a free write about that, and I was just like, as I'm writing, like I want to have written. Let's be honest, but when I'm writing or when I'm doing pretty much anything, I always have the I need to. No.
Yeah. So everybody, please fill the chat with lots of things to distract Dana from the fucking episode of Star Trek she's supposed to be watching.
Thanks. But Jason, there's a reason that Medea commits the crime. The whole, to my understanding, Medea is oh gosh, I don't remember why. Why did she kill them? Had something to do, didn't he like leave her?
It was something, it was like revenge against Jason for something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
He ran off to find the golden fleece or whatever, and Medea was
like, he abandoned them. And I think that was it. Because that's, I mean, I know when we studied the Odyssey, we talked about that part of the point of it is coming home and fulfilling your duties as a man, a husband and a man, that abandoning your family, it's fine for a time, but you're supposed to come back to them, and Jason was gone.
It's okay up to a point.
So
shall we?
David C. Drake, I'm sure not.
I definitely don't.
So shall we watch the show?
Watch the episode. Yes.
So,
now that Tolkien has been mentioned, let's shift hard towards Star Trek.
So hopefully you've pulled up somehow your copy of season 5, episode 10. What?
It's the thing that Christians believe will save them from the last days.
Salvation?
When they are caught up in the clouds.
Heaven?
When they ascend to
an anti-gravity field? Yeah, okay.
Now you're just
Rapture.
Now you're just being difficult.
Hopefully I gave you a little bit more time. Yes. So is it the Rapture or just Rapture?
The episode is just Rapture.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, Kara, so he did something. So once you got that queued up, make sure it's at 0000. And we will have a time code up here-ish. So if you get desynchronized, you can resynchronize, and then we can be synchronous. So Steve's going to count us in 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, we all press play and we all watch the show together. And so if you're watching this and in just a little bit, there's not going to be a whole lot happening on the YouTube screen. Just watch the chat. That's what we're talking about. That's what's going on in the episode. We're commenting on that, or just,
we'll make the odd remark. Yeah.
And and also there's stuff going on in the chat as people are watching as well. And occasionally we'll remark. But
indeed.
And then people will chide me for making remarks rather than paying attention to the show.
Exactly.
That's how it works. So I think that gets it set up. Makes sense to me anyway. So. Of course, I've done it a bunch of times now, so I remember how.
I will say 3, 2, 1, play, and we all hit play when I say play. So are you ready, Dana?
Yes.
Okay, here we go, everybody. Get ready to watch Rapture in 3, 2, one, play.
That's it. Things that make her go,
Look, I'm not impressed because I don't believe in your dopey religion.
Hi, Kiara.
No, the Washington Monument.
You sank my battleship.
Yeah, Evil Coleslaw, this is the first episode with the new uniforms. You can tell they haven't really dialed in Avery Brooks's yet because he has his comm badge a little higher than. The Mighty Ducks?
I've got, oh God, an idea. And they're going to go and they're going to find it based on the fact that the reflections show the back, and it won't be there. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they'll have forgotten that a reflection is reversed. Because why wouldn't they remember that? I don't know, but story.
And after several minutes of effort, Cisco solves this centuries-old mystery.
You can buy them from me.
You can buy them from me. Whoops. Boy, that's why you have to hit eject first.
Man, I mean, they're really serious about not removing that USB drive.
Yeah, exactly. You have to eject the USB drive.
This is the real reason that public schools invested in Macs. Yes, they're more expensive, but students don't follow directions.
Kira, yeah, kind of. I mean, it sets up some stuff with Cisco further down the road. Yeah.
Does he finally put the vest on over the jacket?
Yeah. I'm still playing with it. I'm not sure if I.
What do you think? Is it better like this? I don't know. I mean,
I think part of the problem initially was that some of the Deep Space Nine cast members' uniforms were originally made for the TNG cast because the uniforms were introduced in the movie Star Trek First Contact. So like Avery Brooks's uniform, I think Avery Brooks's uniform was originally Jonathan Frakes's, maybe, and the fit wasn't quite
Rude.
right. But they figured it out eventually. Well, 255 AD, if that had been the case, then Cisco couldn't figure it out in this episode. So
Then we wouldn't have the story. So
we don't have an episode, yeah.
and also didn't Kira say they'd only just gotten it back?
That's true. Yes. They just got the painting back from the Cardassians. So
and the Cardassians don't give a don't care at all.
Exactly.
Because I can. You're lying. He doesn't like him. It's not my fault. Oh, are you going to take him to talk to a magistrate? Try to avoid the mountainous regions. 255 AD, I think the Cardassians wanted it so the Bajorans wouldn't have it. He's autistic. At least that is, however, simply one common trait.
$255 AD because the Cardassians are dicks. They kept it from the Bajorans because they're dicks.
They're the bad guys.
Just the check, please.
Azalea, like that.
I like how Cisco's eating his cheese from. He's eating the cheese from the charcuterie plate with a knife and fork.
I was hyperfixation.
This is the Close Encounters of the Third Kind bit that somebody referenced in the chat earlier. Instead of making a mountain with his mashed potatoes, he's doing this shit.
Petra. $255 AD. Annoying? Definitely not.
That comes up in an upcoming episode.
What? No, that came up seasons ago.
I mean, the reason why 255 AD even brings it up. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh, fine.
But yeah, this is the earliest that thing could have happened because of the uniform change.
Shiny. Because he said brass. Five times the volume. Nathan, we're on season 5. This is episode
Season
10.
5, Nathan. Yeah. The more you fart, the better you feel.
Mm. Mm. But prune juice apparently will do the trick.
Oh, every time. I've grown as a character over the course of the series. I hope that's allowed for a Star Trek show.
It won't zap him back to normal until the end of the episode.
That's how they fix him. They just shove his fingers in a light socket and he's back to normal.
Just bonk him on the head again, because that, restores their
that's
memories.
The cure. That's the cure.
Everybody knows. I thought the Cure was a music group. Uh-oh.
No.
It was real, I tell you. Azalea, in fairness, that's not just a Star Trek thing. That's kind of a thing.
Yeah. Keep her away from me. Thank you very much. I'm going to spend every waking moment in this holosuite until I solve this mystery. Oh, and on an unrelated note, do you think holographic toilets work? Or should I bring in like a bucket?
Hmm.
Oh man, he's got old high school maps and everything. Who let you in here? Let's do it on the obelisk.
And I kind of don't care.
I mean, there's somebody there now, but I'll kick him out. I'm the captain. Oh, I will, but I'll just go without you. I don't think we have ever seen a toilet in Star Trek HB Haga. We've seen bathrooms, but I don't think we've ever actually seen a toilet. Oh, that's true, Caitlin. Yeah, that's a joke in Star Trek Five. Yeah, you're right. He brought his phaser along in case he has to kill Bahala when he finds it.
Might be,
It's
or they could be a sign of something worse.
it's just a spelunking migraine. I'll be fine. I would believe that in Discovery Ghost Wheel. When they get to the 32nd century in Discovery, they use the transporter to go from room to room. I wouldn't doubt that they use it for the bathroom too.
More stone.
I'm gonna need more than that 255 AD. What I said about Win. I've said a lot of
You
things about her.
you've mentioned her more than once, I think.
Oh, sure. She's. I mean, she's a great character.
You can't put Veda in D9.
It's outrageous. I'm sorry. I don't care about any of this.
Yes, you did, but I forgive you.
God, we suck.
What'd you do?
Touched by the Prophets this fall on CBS.
No, 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 no. Clearly,
No?
this fall on Hallmark.
Well, yeah, but Touched by an Angel was originally on CBS.
Yeah, but that was before there was a Hallmark channel.
Well, that's true. But CBS owns Star Trek. I know you lack courage.
Well, no, you just admitted you're wrong. So
You're pieces of
Liz,
shit.
I had noticed that as well.
Yeah, very much 25580. She elevates being passive aggressive to a fine art.
I think she's from Georgia.
But don't get too close or I will beat your ass.
Liz, I missed what the good point was. Where did we put that city? No, he probably wouldn't say that. I'm getting the idea that he probably wouldn't say that. To greet me. You've had it easy until now. Oh, wow. Thousands of details. That enunciation. I mean, he's
Yeah.
really pulling from the Avery Books playbook.
I was actually.
And maybe a few more shovels. What answers
Scared
he's
of the
looking for? He's
power.
found the city. Yay! As opposed to, an incomplete physical. Okay.
Yes, sir, Admiral Grouchy.
Did as opposed to the shoddy work that you usually do, Doc.
Exactly. I don't want you to do your usual half-assed job, okay?
This isn't the Medicaid version, all right? Imagine that he's actually paying for this.
They're total nuts, if you want to know the truth. Hello, my children.
He should call Kai Wen child.
He comes
See how
riding in
she
on the
likes
back.
it.
He comes riding in on the back of a donkey, and people start getting worried.
People start getting worried about the poop. Just transport it out of here.
Get out. Oh, ice cream headache. Oh, boy. Wow, he's Benny Hinning. He's a really good cold reader.
Yeah. So it's not just that the place is encased in a stone cave, it's buried and some parts of it aren't.
But it was awesome.
But I didn't.
Oh boy, you don't want your basal ganglia to depolarize. Oh man.
Y'all are being very unspecific with your bits. I'm guessing I was
The
making my
locust
comment about
bit?
it being buried, with certain parts not buried, or certain parts had little holes in them. I don't know.
Well, that would be a great way to escape all my responsibilities.
Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
I'm becoming a
There's a
beautiful
big
butterfly.
obelisk over there.
Nice.
Oh, remember? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
trying to
sorry, miss. I just got out of prison.
side eye and the bugs, like billions. I'll just accept it. The bugs. I'm even wearing orange. Sorry, it's a Bridgerton joke.
It's okay. Can I help you? Oh, good.
Yay!
I'm going to pinch his ear.
I'm the main character of the show.
Exactly.
Caitlin, she's like, but you're choosing poorly. They keep telling us that it's very serious business. He's putting extra pauses into his sentences. Oh, no, honey. Oh, bless his heart. Oh, 255 AD? Yes, easily. 11 meters of sediment in 20,000 years? Yes.
You may
And additionally,
headbutt
don't
the
forget,
orb now, emissary.
this is on an alien planet that has different weather patterns than Earth does. So essentially,
Sure.
if they say this much sediment built up, I mean, yes, it's entirely possible that they're wrong also, but
Yeah.
it's an alien planet. So yes, it's completely possible.
Yeah.
No, you don't, but okay. Oh, it's his doom, right? But I can't do it alone.
Open the space box. I'm out of
She'd
here.
go, as you wish. May the prophets do with you, blah, blah, blah. He'd go,
Later.
we'd go. Oh, it was just waiting for her to leave. They're like, get her out of here.
Get her
God.
out of here.
These things take time.
It varies.
Do you question the will of the gods? I'm what you got. Oh, gosh.
Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, speechifying. Yay. Wait. What happened to the, emphases?
I'm sorry I'm late. Out of the way.
He's having so much fun. Caitlin, he looked like he was having fun.
Yeah.
Kara, yeah, I do like a good interrobang.
Come on, Jake. Sell him out. Sell out your dad.
In case we weren't paying attention. Speak to me, Dad.
Let's reenact the last scene from The Champ, Dad.
Oh, I'm supposed to care about this, aren't I?
Fix my father's brain.
He's an 18-year-old man, technically. Well, I don't know what the Federation standards are. Yeah, you ain't the one with the direct line, lady.
Yeah.
You're lower on the pecking order. Why am I not dead? Do you have the subtitles on? Did it give you a little frowny face?
Oh no, no, I don't have them on.
So it had something in parentheses, but then after the parentheses was a colon.
Oh,
But
so
the
it looked like
close parentheses, colon,
yeah.
and then the rest of the line. Just like frowny face.
No, like... he's sad.
I'm missing where she's being a bitch, but okay.
Well, it was nice having a meaningful existence for a little while anyway.
Really? Not about loving your son? Wow.
Nope.
That's a bummer. Okie dokie. Yeah, you in a bit of a sticky situation, ain't you? See, there we go. Those clipped words. That's Avery books. Caitlin, do you mean he would have been fired for sabotage?
Yeah, this is more like it. I want dinner on the table when I come home from work. And she insisted.
You're the one who saved my life.
Here, take his take his hand. There you go.
Nathan, you'll have to come back next week. Oh wait, I guess week after next. Next
two weeks for another Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, because we flip flop. But if you can come back on Friday, we'll have another live stream then. It just won't be the same thing.
The end.
And everything's back to normal. Ta-da!
What'd you think of that one?
It was all right.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't call it one of my all-time favorites, but it's got some nice Avery Brooks moments in it. And you know, it's a nice change of pace to sort of focus in on Cisco being the emissary and have that be like a source of tension between that and his job, as a Starfleet captain. It's like, oh, you know, and the fact that he basically chooses being the emissary over the Starfleet side, which again is very unusual for a Star Trek protagonist. Like Star Trek protagonists tend to be like Starfleet ride or die people. And for Cisco to be like, actually, I'm completely fine with totally blowing up what Starfleet is trying to do here because the prophets are telling me I should do something else,
Well, I mean, yes, but I mean, the prophets are telling him that what Starfleet is trying to accomplish is, theoretically for the health of Bajor, as well as for the benefit of Starfleet
Oh,
and
sure.
the Federation. Yeah. And so if he has some sort of information, or in this case, a vision that indicates, no, this won't work out well for you guys, makes perfect sense,
Yeah. Well, and it's also it's I think the first time since the start of the series that they really come back to that concept of Bajor joining the Federation, because when the show first began, that was
the goal.
That was a pretty important part of the premise of the show. Yeah, like that's what Cisco was doing there to help get Bajor ready to join the Federation. And then we don't really hear a whole lot about that until this episode 5 years later. And the update is, oh no, we're not doing that. So.
Oh yeah, in case you were wondering, we're going to do that, except we're not. So now definitely it's out. Just FYI. Yeah. A little bit of hamminess. I do where did we see? There was a thing. Where oh yeah, Azalea Jane. I think Quark would disagree. The real prophets come in Latin.
Beware false prophets. And Quark's like, what are those? All prophets are good.
All prophets are real. All prophets that are paid to me are real. I'm now having crossover vibes with No One a Brainy, the Mother of Pearl. The experiment show where the guy with the bushy mustache and the other guy, they would Mythbusters. Thank you, Brain. You finally came through for me.
The experiment show, the guy with the bushy mustache. It makes sense now. Yes.
I reject your prophets and replace them with my own. That would be the Quark line.
255 AD, what do you think about the idea of incorporating the Bajoran militia into Starfleet? Like they're very different organizations. Well, they won't be after the Bajoran militia is incorporated.
The idea is that the Bajoran militia, the members would be incorporated into Starfleet and given Starfleet roles and positions.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's just sort of, that's just the assumption that, the planetary military will merge with Starfleet when it joins the Federation.
And basically start taking orders from Starfleet.
Yeah. Now, personally, I like the idea that the individual member planets still maintain their own military or quasi-military organizations, sort of analogous to the United Nations. Like all the members of the United Nations contribute troops to the UN, but they also still have their own sovereign armies. Because I've used it as a joke in some of my Starfleet jobs videos because I just think it's really funny. Like I've made reference to Earth still having a navy in, even though, and I also, I made reference to Earth Force existing or Space Force existing as a separate, I love the idea that in the 23rd or 24th century, Space Force still exists. And it's a completely superfluous organization. Like there is no reason for this to exist at all, but somehow it's still there doing something.
Ghost wheel, except the profits I don't declare. No, 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 no. The profits that are not declared are the best profits. Those are not false profits.
Those are all, because those are all yours.
So
Wordle? Yeah. Let's play Wordle. So to everybody who is with us for the first time, this is something we do at the end of all of our Trek Reluctantly streams. We play Wordle together. So here is today's Wordle. And the way this works is Dana takes the lead and decides what guesses we make and sort of what direction our efforts take. But Dana is not actually seeing the Wordle board as you are seeing it now. Dana is only going by my description of it. Now, we welcome you all to participate. If you want to throw in your suggestions in the chat, that's awesome. We can play as a team and work together to solve it. The only thing we ask is if you have already solved today's Wordle, please do not give away the answer, and please do not give us any hints, because when you cheat, you're only cheating yourself.
Yep.
I don't personally believe that, but we'll go with that.
If you want to join in with us, you can just hang off and hang off on doing it, and then you can do it with us.
There you go. So,
yes,
shall we begin with your customary starter?
Yes, let's. Heart, Heart.
And okay, not a bad start this time. Heart gives us the E in the right place.
Okay.
And an R and a T, but both in the wrong place.
This seems like this was how it started out last week.
I think it was similar. Yeah.
All right. We got 3 letters, but let's go ahead and try lions. See if we get anything else.
Lions, phase 2 of the starter words. Okay, lions gives us an S in the wrong place. So now we have 4 of the 5 letters, but we only have 1 of them in their proper position. So
okay.
R, T, and S.
So E is in the right place, and R, T, and S are in the wrong places.
Right.
Which means there's so it could be R. So S cannot be the last letter. T cannot be the last letter. R could be the last letter because it's the next to last letter. It's not next to last.
That's true. Yes, R could be the last letter.
Punished medium, my understanding is that, and bests, that we don't have it doesn't actually use plurals. And also S is, am I still getting this backwards? Everybody's guessing is S the last letter?
No, S can't be the last letter.
Yeah, so I'm seeing like tests, bests,
terms. Yeah, S
is not the last letter.
S is not the last letter.
So terse, yeah, I was thinking a double E, because E can be a great final letter, but terse really.
Terse is a good one. Terse is a good
guess. Terse is a good one.
Yeah, it could be terse. Yeah.
And because I was thinking R could be the last letter, but I wasn't able to make that work. But it could be S. Yeah, because last time it was deter, and we had that double E again. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
Terse fits, but okay. So yeah, I think terse is our best choice.
Yeah, you want to try terse?
Yes. All right, Empire Jeff, we're going with your suggestion.
Terse. Good job. That's it. Terse. Huzzah! How
Nathan,
about that?
It couldn't be steam because Heart had an A in it, and it told us that there was not an A, so we knew that there would be no A.
That's true. Yes, yes. A was eliminated. Yeah. Good job.
I mean, Mr. I love the answer. A terse is not a noun; it is an adjective, meaning that briefly spoken. Like it's someone who sometimes they're laconic.
I thought it was a car by Ford terse. Didn't I used to drive one. Remember my
Yeah, it had
remember my Ford
the moment.
Taurus? I had a
I
Ford Taurus.
think I
I used
think
to drive a Ford Taurus.
I think that's only further west in Maryland.
I
Like
gotcha.
once it starts getting up into them Appalachians, then
Yeah.
it's a Ford Taurus.
Always had to be getting new tires for that Ford Taurus. Okay. 25 AD says, I think that'd be a funny sketch. Bajaran militia gets rolled into Starfleet, and a member is like, I joined to defend my home. Why am I on a ship studying gas giants now? Yeah, but you've basically just written the sketch there.
Ta-da!
Like,
Well,
there's like one joke there, but it's a
it
funny
is,
idea.
but
Yeah.
Steve, it's not a long sketch because it's terse. All right, folks. So, as you may, if you've been here the whole time, you noted that I took notes. I had an idea potentially, or at least the nugget of an idea for a question, because I am one of Steve's Patreon patrons. Patrons.
You are my patron.
And so, yeah, if you are a patron or a channel member, you can send in a question that Steve will then read live and answer on Friday's live stream. Friday is the next Ask Away. So that is Friday, this channel, 6 o'clock Eastern. So about an hour and a half prior to this time. So same time this live stream started. 2 days from now, there'll be another one. And if you're not channel member or a patron, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button. I think there's a button you can click.
There is a button you can click. Yes.
Is it the join button?
It's the join button. Correct. You are brilliant. What a brilliant deduction that was.
What?
Oh. Well, I guess maybe what you were hoping I would say was, you're right, Dana. She likes that. She likes that.
Everyone? I mean,
yes, but with their name. Like if you walked up to some random stranger and said, "You're right, Dana," they'd be like, "Who the fuck is Dana? Get away from me."
Well, hopefully they would know. At any rate, so
yeah, but that's why wouldn't they know me?
Oh no, they have a life, I guess.
Why wouldn't they know me?
So that and then the very next day, there's another live stream right on this channel.
And it's the Ensign's Log live stream.
So it's not just the two of us, but the three of us, sort of. Us two plus.
The great Jason Harding. The big man. The boss.
He's not any bigger than we are.
We are all, fun fact, we are all the exact same height.
Yep. Eventually, possibly, maybe one day there will be photographic evidence. And
I certainly hope
not, composited. We can already do that.
A real photograph of all of us in the same place in the same moment. Yes.
One day, once we're all like ridiculously wealthy, it'll happen.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm likely to be ridiculously wealthy anytime soon. Anyway, so yes, that is Saturday to talk about the Ensign's Log, the most recent season specifically, but other questions, yada yada.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday, 6 p.m. this channel, and then next week.
That's right. Same
time on Wednesday.
So yeah, same time on Wednesday.
Poirot.
Yes.
Now the next episode, are we at halvesies already?
Not yet. This is the last one before we get into some of the halvesies ones. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the next episode then?
The next episode is The Mystery of Hunter's Lodge.
Ooh. So yeah, next week, same time, same channel.
Yes.
And then
so this is the first time we've mentioned this next one. So
next week, Friday.
Yes,
this
next
channel,
Friday,
same time, will be our next movie watch along, The Back Row.
That's right. And what movie are we watching next time?
We're going to be watching Clue.
That's right. One of Dana's very favorite movies ever.
and I will do my very, very utmost not to quote the movie along with it, because it probably won't be perfectly synchronized, and it'll be really annoying if I do that. I'll try really hard not to, but I do not promise not to squee over the opening music because it's just so good. Bada be ding dong, balang lang lang.
So there's a lot of live streams coming up in the next week or so. So just to go back over them quickly,
there was
2
a
days from now,
1995 version of Clue. Well, obviously not that one because I know nothing about that.
2 days from now on Friday, Ask Away. Saturday, the Ensign's Log Season 6 live stream. Next Wednesday, Poirot. And then next Friday, Clue.
And the following Sunday will be the patron hangout.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that'll be, the following Sunday after that'll be.
You like really knocking it, between this and Ask Away and Jesse and Ensign. Yeah. This month has been a very live streaming month.
Busy.
Oh, Clueless.
So it's the opposite of Clue. It's the opposite of Clue.
Yeah. It's like you can't watch them back to back, or like the universe inverts itself.
It's like matter and antimatter, it's
exactly Clue and Clueless. All right. So and also, so finally, to wrap this up, don't forget to check the description. There are a number of organizations that we would encourage you to support and or at least find out more about, listed in the description, as well as charitylinks.page, which has a number of our friends and associates who could use some financial support. So if you have finances and are able to support, helping people is good.
Yes, indeed it is. All right. I will see everybody on Friday for Ask Away, and then Dana and myself, along with Jason, will see you all on Saturday for the Ensign's Log live stream. So, yeah, Kara, yes, the proper Clue with Tim Curry. I don't think there's been another Clue movie to date, so it's the only one. So I keep hearing rumors that they're going to do another one, that Ryan Reynolds is going to produce it and play one of the parts, but that hasn't come down the pike yet. So yes, the first and only movie of Clue, the one with Tim Curry.
The great.
Your boyfriend, Tim Curry.
He's so wonderful. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoyed it. Hope to see you back here on Friday and Saturday and next week.
All the times. Thanks for being with us, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.